Would you like to better connect with people? Would you like to really have relationships that are meaningful and have a deep connection? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today here on Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wolak. Well, today I'll share with you is my 49th anniversary of being married to my beautiful wife, Jean. People say, how can you be married for 49 years? I think it's a really good question. And I don't really think it's the question of how can I be married 49 years, but I think the question is, how can we establish a connection with people that serves us? Because if we can establish a connection with people that serves us, we can be in relationship with them. We can actually not only love them, but we can like them, and we can have an expansive life together. So here's a simple thing. Focus on what you have in common with them. Don't focus on what's different. Focus on what you have in common with people. That always brings people together. If you focus on the fact that you're, here's a good one. What do Dion, Maggie, and Lydia have in common? Guess what? They listen to Reverend Lee Wolak on Thoughts That Can Change Your Life on YouTube or on Facebook. And by doing that, there's a bond there. And if they focus on, well, wait, I have this in common with Lee, then the relationship is easy. But if they focus on the fact, well, I live in this part of the world and they live in this part of the world, well, that's separation. And look at Kai coming in. Hey. And she's got her hand going. She really wants us to know she's out there. Here's the question. Kai, what color hair do you have on today? And how long is it? See, one of the things I know about Kai is she's got an imagination. She loves to change her look. And I love that. I love that she's creative. And that's what I have in common with Kai. I love creating my image differently. Becca's on the beach watching the sunrise in Montauk, New York. Thank you for listening in. I know Lydia, she's somewhere in Lebanon. So's Bilal. Ian's out in California. Richard's here in Plano, Texas. One Richard's in Plano, Texas. The other Richard's in Oklahoma. I love that Kai. Kai goes, long black hair until later. Always a surprise. Here's something that we're talking about relationship. One of the things my wife loves about me is my unpredictability. Now, I want to make that clear. Unpredictability does not mean I'm not reliable. You've got to separate those two. Does that make sense? When I commit my word, I'm very, very reliable, but I'm unpredictable in how I choose to experience life. I am always looking for more juice. That's my big word. So if you want to know a little bit about me and you want to explore with me on one of my voyages, my best friend, Naranjan, not my best friend, one of my best friends, because my wife's my best friend. Just be honest about that. But Naranjan's in my top circle of 3 to 5. We met on a journey to a meditation retreat in the Himalayas. And we didn't know each other, had never knew each other existed. And then we went through a natural catastrophe together. Well, he wrote a book. It's called Himalayan Tsunami by Naranjan Seshadri, Seshadri. And it's on Amazon. I bought it. It just came out like not even a week ago. I bought it yesterday. In 2 days, I finished reading it. It's only 200 pages. Wow. What a great novel. What a great story. I actually lived that. I knew what was going to happen, and I couldn't put the book down. I love that. Why do Naranjan and I have a friendship? We focus on what we have in common. Why do Gene and I have a friendship? We focus what we have in common. Why do my sons and I we focus on what we have in common. That's the key thing. If you're not focusing on something that you share with something that's in common, they won't be your friends. Look at what's happening in the world today. Everyone's focusing on dividing each other up. Are you vaccinated? Are you unvaccinated? Are you male? Are you female? Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you Christian? Are you Muslim? Are you this? Are you that? Are you this? Are you that? Are you young? Are you old? Are you a millennial? Are you a Gen X? Are you this? Are you that? That's all separation. Why don't we focus on the fact that we're all human beings? Why don't we focus on the fact that we're all unique? Why don't we focus on the fact that we all have the power to create our own experience? Why don't we focus on the fact that we need each other to have that experience? Why don't we focus on the fact that this planet is our home and let's make it better? Why don't we focus on the fact that it's good to be kind to others and then others will be kind to us? Why don't we focus on those things? I don't know that there's anything that I said that someone would disagree with. Susan says, focus on the commons. Nice way of saying that. I love that. Focus on the commons. It brings you together. If you focus on the differences, it pushes us apart. Richard says, if we could learn to speak to people's potential rather than their past failures, we do mean a great service to humanity. Why would you talk to someone about their failures? Unless you're a boss and you're using it to make them better, or you're a parent and you're using it to make a lesson in life. Because let's face it, in order to grow, you have to fail. In order to learn, you have to fail. But is it a failure or is it a learning experience? I don't know that I've ever failed at anything because off of everything that I've experienced, I've learned. Some people might call it failures. Why do that? That causes separation, doesn't it? Here's the key thing to remember. Everyone's going to learn differently. Everyone's got to have different experiences to learn. So everyone who's listening to this has had a life that is so vastly different from anyone else in the planet. Why would you judge that? It's their life. Remember, we agreed that we're going to focus on what's in common. And what do we have in common? We're all unique. Here's what else. Not only are we all unique, but we're all connected. At some point, no matter how you want to look at whether it's religion, psychology, quantum physics, there is a connection. Corey says we must learn to grow. I'm going to push a little on that, Corey. We don't have to learn to grow. It's in our DNA to grow. We've got to stop blocking ourselves from growing. We've got to open ourselves up from growing. The more I study the chakras, the more I learn that the energy is always flowing through us. What we do is we do things to deactivate that energy or we block that energy. Especially the sacral area. We block the creative energy in us. Don't block the creative energy. The creative energy is what causes us to expand, to become more. It gives us our juice in life. It gives us a reason for waking up. If you don't have a reason for waking up, why do you wake up? I look at it this way. When we stop creating, we tell our body it's time to let go and die. I believe that people die when their ability, desire to create. Zach says, Thomas Edison, I haven't failed 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Exactly. Exactly. We got people from all over checking in. I know we've got Florida, we got DC, we got New York, we got Libya, California. My God, I love that we are a worldwide community seeking to expand and grow ourselves and support each other as we do it. Isn't that the best way to be in relationship? I can't think of a better way. Can't think of a better. Oop, Richard's in the Ozarks. He's representing Missouri. Oh, that's wonderful. See, it doesn't matter where you live to be able to connect with people. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is, what your race is, what your sex. It doesn't matter. We are all humans. Do you get that? And when we accept that about each other, we are in the deepest love for one another. So with that, that's a good message for today. Focus on what we have in common. Ian says, Rev, you are the new Mr. Worldwide. Well, thank you. I'll accept that. Guys, the most important thing you do today is be you, because in truth, you can't be anyone else. Until tomorrow, I love you all. Have a great day. Aloha.